You ready?
No shit, that's you.
Hey, 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 yeah, hey. Let's chop it up. Let's chop it. Let's chop it up. Let's chop it. Yeah, let's chop it up. Let's chop it up.
All right, this is Let's Chop It Up with Zaz, and today we got a special guest, man, all the way from Canton, Ohio. We got my man Stevie Sarado. What's going on, brother?
Not much, man. How's everything going with you?
Pretty good, man. No complaints over here, man. How Ohio treating you, man?
It's all right. It finally warmed up. Finally got the 80-degree weather, so I'm all right. No complaints over here.
It be cold out there, don't it?
It snowed like 2 weeks ago.
Are you serious?
Like 2 weeks ago.
I thought Buffalo was bad, man. Oh, man, that's crazy.
It's rough out here.
Wow, yeah, I see that, man. That's crazy, man. So, you know, I got a lot that I want to touch base with you today. You know, I love the albums. I love the character, the way you carry yourself.
Thank you.
You know, the way you handle yourself is crazy, man, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So today we wanted to bring you here to show you love and you know, appreciate you for the contributions that you've been giving to hip hop. You know what I mean?
Thank you. Yeah, no doubt.
So let's start off right off the back, man. First 48 series, right?
Mm-hmm.
What made you want to do that?
Not being able to put out a project because we were supposed to release last year, and then the pandemic happened and everything like that, and we couldn't go on tour. So I was like, I got to stay in shape somehow. So I reached out to a couple of producers around here, and I was like, I still got to record. I said, I still got to do something. So that's just how that came about. I got a camera, and I was just like, well, we can put out some sort of content while everything's going on. So just figured it out that way.
Smart, man. Smart. You know, I guess, you know, a lot of people took that time, you know, that downtime to create some amazing stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Amazing projects, right?
Yeah, I mean, I just wasn't gonna sit around either. So I had my I have two jobs, and my one job shut down for the time being. So I was like, all right, I have weekends free now. So I was like, I can just record all weekend, figure something out. So
there you go. There you go. So you use the time, the time for a good cause, definitely, man.
Mm-hmm.
But you be going off on them freestyles, man.
A little bit, yeah. So it's a lot I see and a lot I take in. So it's the best way I have to like express myself, I guess.
Yeah, you're definitely doing a good job, man. So I really like your music, man, because your music is like, I'm gonna call it like a young old head, right? Because it looks like when you rap, it's like you have a lot of experiences that you talk about, or how you think it should be.
Yeah.
Right. And that's amazing, man, to have that persona, you know what I mean, when it comes to creating music.
Yeah,
definitely, man.
Yeah, I definitely overthink everything. So I think that helps me artistically. You know what I'm saying? Like throughout moments in life, I'm like, should I do this? Should I do that? What are the consequences both ways, instead of just diving in? So I think that helps artistically, the way I can break down experiences in life and stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely, man. And then, you know, everybody could relate to it, right? Not just the young people, you know, also, you know, the older people, you know, they could definitely relate to how you, you know, you drop your jewels, man.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to talk about that track, Generational Gap.
Mm-hmm.
When I first heard it, I was like, "Oh man!" I mean, oh man, the '80s though, like what's going? But then I was listening to your music, you know, to the song, and I was like, "Okay, I see what he's saying."
Mm-hmm.
What made you come out with that?
So that project actually is like 3 years old. So I probably finished recording that when I was 25. It just getting the masters and getting the features and stuff took a while. So I was in a little bit of a different state of mind. Just like, because my younger brother is really into everything going on right now. And I don't care really one way for it or another, but I kind of found it like the old heads versus like the young kids just going back and forth. And I was like, it's kind of corny, you know, I don't know. It's just a new version of music. So I was like, I don't know, I should probably do a song like that or something. But
okay.
This was probably around the time like who was popping, like Yachty and all those guys were starting to come out and stuff like that. So I think that's when I wrote that song.
Okay. Definitely, man. That definitely had a lot of sense behind it, man. Definitely.
Yeah. Thank you.
So you be with the straight bars, man. You take a
Yeah.
lot of time with the pen, don't you?
Yeah, I write all the time. I'm trying to get into some more melodic stuff just to add to music, but I don't know. That's kind of what I fell in love with. You know, when I was in like 8th grade, it was the rock lean snap era, the big white tees and shit like that. And so I didn't really, I mean, we heard it and we would go to the dances and stuff like that, but I was like, yeah, it's cool, it's whatever. But then when that's Lupe somehow slipped on the radio, and I was like, who is this guy? And so I was like, this guy's really rapping. Then I was like, well, if he's really rapping, who inspired him? So that's when I went back to like Nas and Pharoah Monch and Elzhi and all those guys. So I was like, I need to figure out who these guys are that really have like a serious skill.
Definitely, man. And you could tell because you actually you know, you got a lot of people on your projects, man.
Yeah.
I mean, we can go from the Barrel Brothers, you know what I'm saying? Sky Zoo, shout out to Sky, shout out to Torre. You know what I'm saying? You got Terminology, you got Rex. You know, how did you come about to making those connections, man?
So the first person I met was Rex, probably like 6 or 7 years ago. I found out about his music through the Needle Drop. That's when the Needle Drop was starting his channel, and he reviewed one of Rex's albums. And I was like, all right. So then I bought all of Rex's stuff, was listening to it, and I was like, I wonder what it would take for me to get a feature. And I just tweeted at him, and he responded. And I didn't really expect him to respond, but I was like, all right, what's your feature price? Would you be willing to do a song? He was like, yep. He said, actually come out to Boston for a weekend. We can knock something out. So that's how that came about. And through him, I've met other people. I've met Terminology, Chris Rivers, Sky Zoo, Torre, because they kind of all run in the same circle. So
yeah. Rex is a jewel, man. That's
a good dude.
That guy's a good brother, man. Definitely a good brother, man. So you know the growth shows, man, from all your albums, right? From your early releases to your, you know, to the present ones, and you could definitely see the growth.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you just give that charisma when it comes to rhyming, and it just works. It just works great, man. I was listening to it and I was like, man, this is on some other, you know, I listen to music all day, man. So when I listen to something new and it catches, it's like, wow, this is definitely on another level, man. Definitely on another level.
Thank you.
So, you know, you say on your Instagram, right? This caught me, man, what you said. What it's in your bio, right?
Yeah.
I love it, man. You said, I have a shit ton of music nobody is listening to. Yeah. But you know what, though? I always got to say, man, when it comes to that, though, it's kind of like, because we don't really know who's listening to the music.
Yeah, that's true.
You see what I'm saying?
It's that I don't really make music for people my age and younger. I feel like I make more kind of like thought-provoking music. So like people aren't really going to put my stuff on when they're going out or something like that. So like I have friends and I know people who are like, yeah, that shit is tight. And I'm like, yeah, but I know you wouldn't bump that in the club or something. So it's just a different type of music, I think.
Yeah, definitely, man. But that's a cool saying, man, because it's like, you know what I mean? It kind of balances everything out. Like, look, I got a bunch of music out there, man. So, you know, if you know you're listening to it or you're not listening to it, you know what I mean? You know who you are, who you want to, you know, who wants to listen to my music, you know?
Yeah. And I'm going to keep pushing until they do listen. So we'll figure something out.
Oh, trust me, you will, man. You definitely will. The talent's there, brother, man. You just got to keep, you know, finessing it and keep doing your thing, man. You'll definitely get there.
Thank you.
All day, man. And plus, to me, man, you got the eye of the tiger, man.
Yeah.
You know what you want. You know what I mean? You put it out there, and then, you know, you just like, just put it out there, man.
Yeah.
So you don't have fear of, from what I've been listening to, you don't have fear of trying new things and putting things straight up, putting it out there, see what the feedback is. So what do you think the feedback is for you? What do you hear from the people that follow you on Instagrams and the Twitters and all that stuff that buy your music?
I mean, a lot of it's positive. I hear both, negative, positive. I mean, I don't know. I take constructive criticism pretty well, but like, as far as like, I mean, people just like to hear real rap sometimes, people like to hear music with a purpose or a lot of thought behind it. And not to say there's anything wrong with fun music and stuff like that, because it all has a time and a place. But like for me, it's all about putting like a lot of, what I've gone through and a lot of studies through. So usually when I share music or if people come up to me, they appreciate it. They're like, I like what you're doing. So I like to see something different than what we're used to right now. So
definitely. And then you being around all those vets, man, what could you say that you got out of that? What did you gather?
So I just learned that I had to get better. Because I remember I might have been 21, 22 years old. And to me, I don't know, I'm recording with people locally and stuff like that. I'm like, there's no way around this touching me. This is not happening. And so I go on tour and we hop in the studio and these dudes are just animals, right away. These dudes are laying down tracks, one takes, everything's on time and stuff like that. And I was like, oh man, I need a little more time. I need to figure something out. So I figured out, I just had to keep working and really polish things up to a point where I can be in the studio with those type of dudes and not feel intimidated.
Definitely. Yeah, because you got some heavy hitters on there, man.
Yeah.
There's a lot of guys that will kill to have those features on their albums, bro.
Yeah, no, I mean, definitely some, yeah. And none of them are to be taken lightly at all. So
definitely. They hold their own, man. They definitely hold their own.
Yeah.
So what would you say is next for you, man? What would you want to happen? What are you looking forward to?
This year, right now, I just dropped Humility. At the end of this month, the first 48 is going to go up on all DSPs, what we were talking about earlier. Then I have 2 more albums that are done. We're shooting videos for them right now. So hopefully at the end of, June, we'll have another album with a whole bunch of singles and stuff like that and try to ride that out for the summer. I'm working on merch and things like that. And then again in September, and then hopefully we can go back on tour when things open up again. So
nice.
Right now I'm working 2 jobs and like 60 plus hours a week to try to make it happen. So hopefully by the end of the year, I can turn art into my job. So
there you go. You're determined, man. Because a lot of people don't know it's not this ain't no walk in the park, man.
Yeah.
A lot of people, it's definitely it's challenging, but when you're determined, man, you can do anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Definitely do anything. So here's what I wanted to say to you, right? The artwork for Coming Down, the single featuring Rex, because you just mentioned merch. Mm-hmm. You got to put that on t-shirts, bro.
Yeah, I actually drew that.
So you draw too then?
Yeah, I do most of aside from like 2 things I've done, my cover work and anything that you see on merch is what I do. And back in the day, I used to send it to graphic designers and have them put in the computer and add colors. But now I know how to do all the color stuff too. So
that's amazing, man.
Yeah, it's something I like to do. So
that's amazing. So yeah, you got what you gonna say?
I was just saying we're working on merch right now. I got some sample T-shirts that just came in, and we're probably gonna get a lot of them made. Try to get those out to people and stuff like that, and stickers and whatnot. So
yeah, you got to, man. Because people appreciate that merch now. That merch is like, you got it in your hand. It's like, oh man, this is a part. It's a part of the artist. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
And you were actually on the XXL freshman campaign.
So that was just something I was calling it back then. I wasn't.
You were calling it back then?
Yeah, I was trying to be a freshman back in the day. I was putting out a song, 1 or 2 songs every week, trying to get some attention. But
okay.
It was a few years ago, yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, you definitely got the strategy for it, man. You got a good presence on social media.
Mhm.
And you definitely got the attributes, to take it to the next level. You definitely accompanied by some great artists, you know what I'm saying, that I consider in my book, they top artists, top notch.
Yeah.
And I think you have it, man. And keep working on it and don't stop. And you could make it to whatever you want, my brother.
Thank you.
Definitely.
I hope so. We're gonna grind it out and see what happens.
Definitely, man. Definitely grind and put the time in. And the production is tight, the rhymes are right, no doubt.
Yeah.
That's what's up, my brother. So what you want to tell your fans, man?
So yeah, like I said, I'm dropping 4 projects this year. I got one coming at the end of this month, and then another one following the next month. I got something big coming in September, and a bunch of merch too. So a lot of videos are being shot right now. I'm with the video team. We're knocking out videos right now. So there's a lot on the way. I had to wait a little while till Humility got finished, but once that did, we're gonna start pushing a lot.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, you got the merch going. I mean, that brings a lot of money. And then you got the visuals and all that. You got it, man. You got it, man.
Yeah, try to put it all together this year and see what happens. So
Definitely, man. Definitely. So life on the outside.
mhm.
Did you mean to say that you're looking from the outside in? Is that what it was?
Yeah, something like that. I would guess, yeah, I wasn't really I didn't feel like I fit in with a lot of people that I was, were quote unquote my peers at the time. People my boys and I had a house at the time, and they were always partying and like having fun and doing stuff, and I was kind of on the outside of that. So I felt like I was still hanging with them, but I was always on the outside of the circle, kind of looking in and seeing what's going on there.
Okay. So that's amazing to take that concept and
Mhm.
create a whole album.
Yeah. There's some songs in there that kind of reflect you like, oh, I wouldn't expect a 22, 23-year-old guy to be talking about stuff like this. But yeah, it's kind of how I felt at the time.
Nice. Yeah, that's a good one. And you got my man Rex up in that joint,
Yeah, Rex was in there.
you know. Now, I like this one, the boom baptism.
Mhm.
I like that, man. I like that. So how was it making that one there? I felt like that one, like you were bringing it back to the essence.
Yeah, that's like so that was the first project I did. I think I was 21. I had made a whole bunch of mixtapes and stuff like that before, and I was putting out a whole bunch of stuff, freestyling for people. But then I met this producer, and I was like, let's put out like an entire project together. Let's actually sit down and put out some like focused music. And his type of production was crazy because I went up in there, and most people that you find, they're gonna give you something that's going with like what's popping now. You know what I'm saying? What's trending right now. And I can rap over that stuff, but I always listen to boom bap, you know what I'm saying? The classic 90s stuff. And so I heard some of his production. I was like, oh, we're about 12 tracks immediately. I said, we're gonna knock this out. So I kind of felt like it was boom bap and then like the baptism. So
Nice. Yeah, you took it back to the essence with that, man. I was like, oof, this thing got some heat on it.
yeah, that was a producer I was working back with the day named Jody Gladstone. He's pretty nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the reclusives exclusives, did you do the artwork for that?
Yeah, that's one of the things. I drew it and then sent it to somebody, and he added the color in the computer. That's before I learned how to do
Or you learn
it.
how to do it yourself?
Yeah.
This album, you took it home with this one.
Mhm.
Like you really showed and proved.
Yeah, that one was man, that was 3-4 years ago. That was all over the place because at first I was just trying to make a song a week, and I didn't really have a focus. And then the more songs we made, I was like, I could see a project coming out of this. So we took some. I was just gonna keep making a song every week. I was like, I actually think we have an album here. So then we kind of focused around that.
Nice.
Yeah, some of the songs play off of each other from that one too. So
Yeah, I like it, man. Again, man, you got to put that on the t-shirt, man.
yeah,
You got to, man. You got to. But definitely, man, that's definitely taking it home. And then you got that Humility, man. That album there. Whew. I call it an action-packed album, man.
yeah, that's one I had to sit on for a couple years to get done. Like I said, waiting on the mixes and the masters and like certain features and stuff. But yeah, that was a good one. There's some songs that didn't make it on there. I had a song with who was it, Static Selector, that didn't make it on there.
Really?
It just didn't come out the way I wanted it to, and I think I'm gonna tweak it a little bit and try to find a place for it. But
okay, there you go. Wow, brother. You know, it's so crazy because you know, it's impossible to listen to everything, right?
yeah,
But then when someone says, "Yo, check this out," and then you checking it out, and it's like, wow, that's how it felt when I was listening to you. I was like, wow, this is crazy, man.
thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I got a lot more. I feel like right now I've made improvements to where my music's gonna sound a lot better, a lot more polished than that too. So I think this year should be a pretty decent year for my music. So
Definitely, man. So yeah, man, like I said, we wanted to bring you on here, man, and big you up. We appreciate your time. You know what I mean? We love what you're doing. And man, keep shining, brother. The world is yours, man.
thanks a lot. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
No doubt, my brother, man. Yo, so this is Let's Chop It Up with Zaz, and we had
Stevie Sarado.
Black Owl. Peace.
Thank you.
You're rocking with the hottest radio show on the internet. Tap in radio with Zaz. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Yo, what up? It's Fat Father.
Yeah.
Live from the east side of Detroit, Michigan. And
Fat
right
Father.
now, you're in the right place. So let's
Foul
chop
mouth.
it up with Zaz. And tap in radio.
Yeah. Middle finger music. Yo. I'm not your ordinary soccer dad. I can take the grass from a proper bag, roll it in a zag, take a proper drag, get that toe a tag if he poppin' trash. Don't put the pressure on the gas just to watch it crash. I deliver fast like Jimmy John's demigod status. Y'all little niggas Terry on, never been savage. Acting, ain't never been trapping, ain't never seen action, ain't never been chosen to function as team captain.